Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Are you hearing me? Okay. I have been assured that we're not going to have a fire today, but nevertheless, that we are required to make the announcement about the fire alarm. In the event that the fire alarm sounds, please remain in the auditorium and stay seated. Should there be a need to evacuate a Springmore staff member, and I assume, Grant, that you're the only one here.
Lori.
We'll direct you to leave in an orderly fashion. Remember not to use the elevators and go to Red Pole once you're outside. So happy Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Month. Glad you're all here. We have a few announcements, beginning with Leah Willis. If you'll make sure your phone's off so you can hear Leah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody, and happy Valentine's Day Eve. Welcome those as well watching on Springmore TV 1341, and a special thanks to Jim Bundy today, who is operating the camera for us. Just a quick announcement. Most of you probably received the flyer that we sent out about tax aid. I'm working with Jacob Hollingsworth in Security Transportation Concierge for this service. Tabernacle Baptist Church is not providing the service, and sometimes we take our bus there to help with tax aid. But several of you have called me to mention that some of the places that we have recommended on the flyer, they're not answering, or their answer machine's full. They're just so busy because, again, the tax aid season. If you have someone that you normally use, please feel free to call them. And Jacob, what he is doing to help with transportation and getting you to these tax aid appointments, basically you treat it like a doctor's office appointment slot, and call the front desk and then let them know the day your tax aid appointment is, and they'll see if they can get you in the transportation schedule. So we're running that just like you would call the front desk for doctor's appointments. So if you have any questions about that, you can give me a call. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the meeting today, and thank you for listening in.
Thank you. I'd like to recognize Laura Higgins, our chaplain.
Good afternoon. It's always a privilege to be with you. And I cannot believe that a week from Wednesday is Ash Wednesday, and thus the beginning of the Lenten season as we prepare. It's always that hopeful time of spring. I wanted to announce two things. One, that on Ash Wednesday, there are several opportunities for the imposition of ashes, both here in North Village and in South Village. There are flyers posted around on the chaplain bulletin boards and outside of both chaplain offices. And also, we are doing a Lenten study that is finding Jesus in the Psalms. I have several copies of the book if anybody is interested. We are having meetings on Tuesdays in North Village and on Thursday afternoons in South Village. So please see me if you're interested in any of these studies. Thank you.
I'd like to recognize Judy Grant.
Hi, I'm president of this Stewart Health Center Auxiliary, and I'm here to encourage you all, those of you who have been involved and those who are yet to be involved, to be with us and join us. We have 12 committees that serve our friends and fellow residents who are shut in. What gives meaning to life? The poet Wendell Berry said, "Not me, but us. Not me, but us. Our lives woven together in love and care. Not me, but us. Our lives woven together in love and care. And so we give you 12 opportunities to do this. And we'll ask the committee members to stand. We have little name tags, and we've passed out the flyers that some of you have, and you can get them at the end if you haven't. But they will stand and wave their hands so that if you feel so called, you may join the bingo or birthdays or escorts or friendly visitors or the lunch bunch or mail or note writers or pet visits or, I put my eyeballs on, readers and special friends, special programs, and Vespers, which is the worship service. Old timers, welcome back. Newcomers, come and join us. And what did Wendell Berry say? Not me. You may join me. Not me, but us. Not me, but us. Woven together with love and care.
Thank you, Judy. Now I'd like to recognize Brendan Hare, who always has news for us.
All right, good afternoon. I was really glad to see the auxiliary back. That's such a great committee, and it's all resident led like everything else here, and it really is like woven together. We talk about being a family and helping each other, and it's residents helping residents, just like the endowment committee does. And I know the staff appreciates it as much as the residents with just everything going on. The Health Center is a busy place, and we've got a lot of people back there now. So anything that's helpful that can help with reading or mail, I know the staff appreciates it, and I know the residents do too as well. So if you have an opportunity, please help Ms. Grant out. She's a lovely lady, and she's got such good energy. So hopefully she'll get some volunteers to help out. There were three things I wanted to mention real quick. Two of them relate to dining service. I don't think this has been announced yet, but I'll go ahead and announce it. We have been able to hire a new chef. His name is Matthew Love, and he'll be starting at the beginning of March. Matthew's got a lot of experience in dining services, and he's worked in retirement communities before. And the one thing that he has that I think our last chef didn't have is running a big operation like Springmore. We do about 1,000 meals a day, 600 residents, so that is a big operation. And as great and wonderful as Daryl was, he had just not had the capacity of a place like Springmore. So Matthew comes with a lot of experience with that, so I hope he will do really well. He interviewed with some residents and with staff, and he was overwhelmingly picked to be our next chef, so he'll be starting. And then we have a new sous chef over here in North Village. It's a cook. His name is Jamie, and he'd been here for a while, but we promoted him to our sous chef over here. We'll be working with Matthew. And I think everybody across the street knows Mike Davis, who's been here over 30 years. He'll be recognized Friday when we have our awards that Mike Davis has been here 30 years, and he's our kind of sous chef or head chef over in South Village. So I think y'all probably know him. He's a very nice and personable guy, and I think he comes out and talks to y'all, but he's overseeing that in South Village. Lastly, I was going to talk about something that's been a hot topic recently. It's been about our ABC license and the Springs and Willow Springs. I won't spoil everything, because y'all are going to get a memo in y'all's mailbox tomorrow explaining exactly where we're at and what we can and cannot do. So I won't go into grave detail, but basically the memo talks about why we have to do certain things, what we should have been doing years ago, and then where we're at now. So basically it stands the same way as it is now, that we can do everything the same as before except storing chilled wine or beer in that common refrigerator overnight. We're not allowed to do that, but that's the only thing that has changed. And we're continuing to work on ways to help residents that want to have their chilled wine. Again, you can always just bring it from home and take it back. We got a wine chiller in both bars. We're looking to get multiple ones of those. And then we're looking at larger bins that will help, cool that wine as well. So again, I believe we have the best of both worlds on this, but it's not going to be perfect or exact as it was before. But hopefully this memo will explain everything, and hopefully we'll kind of learn to adjust with this. But if you ever have any questions further than this, please let me know. But it will be all here in the memo you'll have in your box tomorrow morning. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. I'd like to call on Jim Epps, our Vice President, to talk about today's program and future program.
Let's hear it for Jim Epps. One thing I think we've missed so far is we haven't clapped except for one person. So let's give all those people who have spoken to us a big hand. And I'm sorry they're not here to hear it. Now, this is a very special time of the year, of course. It's wonderful. I can't wait, David. Where are you? Behind me? I can't wait
I'm
for this
standing
program.
right behind you.
You're standing right behind. Boy, you've gotten short. I am certainly excited about what we're going to see today. I missed it last year, and I heard it was just so exciting. But this is tomorrow is what day? Okay, just for the heck of it, is there anybody in this room who has a birthday tomorrow? Valentine's Day. Please stand up. Oh, who is that? Would you tell me your name, ma'am?
My name is Annette Epps.
Oh. Oh, me. You know, I forgot to get a present. I forgot that she's had a birthday. How many of you are having a birthday in February? Raise your hand, stand up or something. Let's give those a big hand too. Yeah. Special time of the year. And it takes care of two things for me, birthday and Valentine's. Okay, our next meeting will be Monday, the 13th of March, and it'll be here in the auditorium as usual. The program will be one of the two semi-annual meetings of the residents with the Springmore management and board managers. So I know you all want to be here, and you'll have an opportunity to talk back and forth with them. Well, today, David, I heard that David was just so good last year with this program that it wasn't any question what we would do this year. I found out that this went over so well. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you, by popular demand, David Waters and his Oldie Weds. Let's give them all an enthusiastic welcome.
And I must say, my arm is finally healed from being twisted. Every time I saw Jim, it was a little twist. Anyway, today, back by popular demand, after last year, we said, we got to do this every year. And I think it's wonderful and a wonderful opportunity to play a fun game. Our couples are sitting in the front row, and I'm going to have them take their positions on the stage. Chris and Judy Hoffman are couple number one. Graham and Dot Anderson are couple number two. Lou and Jan Martin are couple number three. And Barbara and George Parker are couple number four. Now, before I introduce them, just a real short how the game is played. If you remember from last year, or remember that in turn, we'll have two rounds, and the first round will be the men answering the questions. And then with the ladies out of the room, and the ladies will come back in and try and see if they can match the answers. Go, men. Go, ladies. and let's see, have all matches, so we have 4 ties at the end. But and then the second round will be the opposite way. But one of the things that someone tried to worm out of me with bribes or whatever was the questions. And I said, you don't have enough money. And but some of the things I said was, I don't remember is not a matching answer. I plead the fifth is not a matching answer. I haven't got a clue is not a matching answer. If you hear any of that from anybody, boo. All right. Our first couple, Judy and Chris Hoffman, after living in nearby Clayton for 15 years, Judy and Chris moved into a villa at Springmore in September 2020 in order to be closer to the daughter and her family, who are now just 10 minutes away. Previously, he had spent 35 years in the Hudson Valley area of New York State. They had been married for 56 years. And Judy, one time when she heard my name, said, "You're not the Dave Waters that I always didn't like where I worked in New York State." And I said, "No." All right, couple number 2, Graham and Dot Anderson. Graham and Dot Anderson are in the South Village in Valley. And Dot and Graham have been residents at Springmore since 2013. Dot taught school and worked for the North Carolina legislature. Graham worked for Sir Walter Chevrolet Company. And with all their family, children, grandchildren, families, great-grandchildren, I'm sure, etc., living in Raleigh, they feel lucky to be at Springmore. Dot enjoys writing poetry and reading, while Graham is more involved in programs at the Springmore Wellness Center, like chair yoga. So we're going to have you demonstrate somewhere along the way chair yoga. No. Lou and Jan Martin. They live in East, in North Village. They're both Carolinians. She's from Columbia, South Carolina, and he from Cherokee County, North Carolina. He was an engineer, she a teacher. They married in 1966 and settled in Aiken, South Carolina. Lou, with his engineering degree from NC State, worked at the Savannah River plant. Jan, who earned her degree in home ec from Winthrop College, began a career in teaching after a few years. They relocated to North Carolina. Lou got an MBA and began his career at Carolina Power and Light Company, while Jan resumed her teaching career after raising their 2 girls. They moved 2 miles from their North Raleigh home to Springmore in December 2021. And the first weekend I came from Pittsburgh to Raleigh and moving in 1972, Lou and I went out to the golf course. I've known him a little while. Fumble with paper. All right, then we have Barbara and George Parker. The Parkers have been Springmore residents since January 2020, just before COVID. Barbara was born in Delaware and grew up in India with missionary parents until 1961, including attending a boarding school for American-style education. Her parents eventually became Springmore residents, right? George is a native of Texas, and after getting his PhD in physics from the South Carolina version of USC, University of South Carolina, not the one out on the West Coast, he taught physics and did research at North Carolina State until his retirement in 2005. They raised 3 children and have 3 grandsons. They enjoy many activities, which I won't list here since they're very wonderful and long, but among them is working and volunteering for many years in Yellowstone, which they've applied, and have you heard yet? They've applied to go back there this year, and they enjoy RV travel. And RV travel back and forth to Yellowstone is quite a trip. All right. So at this point, we will begin our game. And I'm doing a violation. I'm putting something on the piano. All right, we'll ask the ladies to leave the room, stage whatever direction that is, but out that door, and we'll call you back in when we're ready for you to come back. All right, we'll start with question number 1, and we'll start with Chris. Chris, do you have a pet name for your wife? And if you do, what is it? Yeah.
My wife can dress me up, but she still can't take me anyplace. How am I going to answer this question? Well, I'm going to go with Cookie because her maiden name was Judy Cook, C-O-O-K-E, Cook with an E. So I'll go with Cookie.
All right, thank you. And Graham? Your pet name besides Yes Dear?
Dave, I want to thank you for that question. You're trying to set me up, and I think, I guess Honey's going to be the best.
Hey, that'll work.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Given time to think, Lou?
Yeah, I had time to think, but that didn't help. As often it doesn't. I don't really have a pet name, but I just say probably Sweetheart.
What?
Sweetheart.
Sweetheart. All right. All right. And George?
Well, I've had more time than any of the others, and I'm no better off than the last contestant. So, I guess just Barbara is what I usually use, but I'll go with that.
Okay, and she responds positively? Okay.
She's not here to ask.
Right. All right, hang on to that because we'll start with you and work our way back down the line. Okay, second question. When it comes to replacing the toilet paper roll, should the paper go over or under?
I got this. Okay. It goes over. It goes
over. All right.
I got this.
Absolutely. Over.
Over. All right. 2 overs.
Over.
All right.
Am I supposed to answer this how she would do it or how I would do it?
Let's put it this way. Answer how it is in your household.
Well, I do it over, but she does it under, so I'll say under for Judy.
Well,
that's the best I can do.
I guess one acceptable answer could be over or under, depending.
No, I'd leave it under.
Under, okay. All right. So let's start with Graham on question number 3. Does your wife use more paper clips, Scotch tape, or Post-it notes?
Will you repeat the question?
I knew he was going to do that. Okay. Paper clips, Scotch tape, or Post-it notes?
Post-it notes.
Post-it notes?
Yeah.
All right. Lou?
Scotch tape.
Scotch tape.
Yep.
All right.
This is a difficult question. She uses all of them, so I have to pick one, right? which he uses most.
Yeah, if you can.
Post-it note.
Post-it notes, all right. Yeah, I'm familiar with that. If I want to buy anything at the store for Pat, it's Post-it notes. So you stack, buy them in a stack.
This is a tough call, hard decision. She has them all in her desk drawer and left, center, right. But I think I'll buy a slight edge paper clips.
Paper clips, all right. Okay, so that's the 3 questions for the guys, and we'll have the ladies come back in. Okay, ladies.
There's a lot of laughter out there. We're not going to be that funny.
And they do not have those because you didn't ask them like she had it set up.
Oh,
So that's all right. We'll
you got it.
we'll figure it out.
Okay. You start here, and I will ask the questions in turn of the ladies. Does Chris have a pet name for you?
Yes, he does. It's been my pet name for years. It's Cookie.
All right, all right, all right. There's a winner. Okay. Dot, what's his pet name for you?
Ooh. Let's see what is it I can't say?
I could name a bunch of things. Be nice now.
I'll ask him when I get home.
Hold it a little closer.
I'll ask when I get home. What do you say behind my back or something? Because I haven't heard. He usually just calls me Dot. I guess that's just too easy not to.
Okay, he just
stick
calls
with
you
that.
Dot.
Just calls me Dot. Mm-hmm.
All right. Pass it on down to Jan.
Thank you.
He doesn't have a sign.
Oh. Yeah.
I call her Honey.
Yeah. That works. No. We'll have a special counseling session after the meeting.
We're the judges, right?
Yeah. Okay. What's his pet name for you?
If he has one, I don't answer to it. So if there's one I don't know about, I'm going to say no.
Okay. You'll say no. All right. And what was your answer, Lou?
I said that I really don't have a pet name, but my closest thing I could come up with was Sweetheart.
When's the last time you called me?
And this was supposed to be a nice game without hard questions and embarrassing questions. Yeah, wait until the game's over. I'm sure you're going to score a lot on me.
I'm not aware of any pet name George has for me.
Barbara.
That's not okay.
All right. On the second question, we'll start and work our way back down the row that way. When it comes to replacing the toilet paper roll, should the paper go over or under?
We've always done it over.
Okay, and he said over, so. And same question.
Over.
Over, all right, that was a quick, definite.
Let's see. We have one of those stand-up things.
I never figured on sideways. I'll do that next time I use this question.
Left or right?
Yeah. If it was
If it was,
over or under, which way?
it probably would be over.
Over. All right. We'll score that as an over. And Judy?
We've never discussed this, but I would say over.
All right. And he said under.
I changed recently.
Yeah, he said that you would do it under and he would do it over, so he deferred to you, so. Oh, well.
That's not the type of thing that we discuss
Yes.
on a regular basis.
Who knows? All right, and let me start with Jan on the third question. Do you use more paper clips, Scotch tape, or Post-it notes?
Scotch tape.
Scotch tape. And you said Scotch tape, right? Okay. And Barbara, the question was, do you use more paper clips, Scotch tape, or Post-it notes?
Do you mean me or both?
You.
Both of us. Me.
You.
Probably Post-it notes.
Post-it notes? All right, that's a match. And now we're back down here to Chris and Judy.
Why didn't you put staplers on that?
Stapler?
Stapler. I use a stapler all the time. So I'll say paper clips.
Paper clips. All right, that's a match. And Dot,
I would say paper clips.
you would say paper clips. And you said,
I think it was Post-it notes.
yeah, you said Post-it notes. So, all right, that's not a match, but that is the end of the first round. And so far, Lou is at least one up on me, and I'm not sure who's not talking to each other once they get done with the game, but might be Lou and Jan. All right, now, if the guys would leave, just right outside the door, across the hall.
Okay.
And we'll start with Judy on this round of questions.
Really out of sync from what was set up, so I'm just going down and putting.
Yeah. All right. So, the first question, what is your husband's favorite restaurant?
Not allowed to say Springmore, right?
If Springmore is it, say Springmore.
I'll say Chow's.
Which one?
Chow's, the pizza
Chow's.
place
Yeah.
down here on Creedmoor.
Okay. Chow's. And Dot, what is Graham's favorite restaurant?
I'm going to say Outback.
Outback?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That works. Jan?
I don't know.
What would he say is his favorite restaurant?
one that has the crepe seafood. Seafood crepes. Coquette.
Which one?
Coquette.
Coquette? Oh, okay.
That's not what he's going to say.
Never heard of that one.
Taco Bell, probably.
Okay, which?
I don't know. He likes them all. He likes all of them.
Okay.
And I don't know that he has a favorite.
All right, which? You want to say all of the above? Or
He's not picky.
not picky?
He'll go anywhere out to eat that you say, let's go to.
Okay. We'll go with all.
I'm no.
Barbara?
I know where it is, but I can't remember the name of it. It's near Wegmans and Costco, and it's a Mexican-style Tex-Mex, not Tex-Mex. It's a Texas-based Mexican style. I can't remember the name of it. Is anybody familiar with that? Torchy's, that's it. Torchy's Tacos.
Which one?
Torchy's Tacos.
Torchy Tacos. All right. Well, let me start in the second question. We'll just go back that way. This is the fun question. I said, this is going to get it. Who usually gets their way? You or him?
Depends on what the issue is.
No. We got to.
I know, you have to say something. Okay, let's see. He's probably going to say me. I don't think that's the case, but he'll probably say me.
He'll say who?
He'll say me.
Say you, yeah. Okay, so we have Barbara on that one. Yeah, her. Jan?
Me.
Me, okay. No thought required. Bingo. Dot?
Oh, I would say that he does, because I don't like to argue.
All right. He usually gets his way because you're not going to argue with him.
I'm not going to argue.
You're just going to get even in the end. Or ahead. There's no getting even. You either get behind or you get ahead. All right, Judy.
I think he'll say, I do, but that's not really true.
Yeah, this is not a reality game. This is, what do you think is going to maximize the points for your side?
Yeah. I think that's what he'll say.
All right.
And you're saying you. Her.
All right, pass it to Dot, and then we'll start back this way. Okay. All right, the third question is there something, and what is it, that makes your husband cry?
There's a Judy Collins song, and I can't remember the name of it, but it was on a recording of James Bond theme songs that really got to him. I can't remember the name of it. All I can say is that Judy Collins was the singer. It was a James Bond theme song that Judy Collins sang.
James Bond theme song, all right. Jan, can you think of anything? Makes him cry, yes.
The death of a pet.
The what?
The death of a pet.
Death of a pet, all right. I certainly understand, even though I don't have any pets, except Pat. Dot, something that would make Graham cry?
can't think of anything. He usually just whistles.
Yeah. He just whistles, and that's your clue, huh?
I'm sure I've seen him cry, but I don't know what for. I don't know what it was about.
All right. And Judy,
You mean besides when the Eagles lost last night?
when he does what?
When the Eagles lost last night?
Oh, the Eagles lost last night.
I'm
Okay.
teasing, Barbara. Okay. I would say when one of our daughters or our grandchildren is hurt or is hurting.
Okay. All right. I'll let you hold on to it because he'll be back. We'll call the men in. I will share when I see something that or hear something. I was reading a book last week, and it was about my brother-in-law who passed away at the end of January. He was 97 plus years old, and it was a book about his mission being shot down over Germany in World War II, and he was held in a German prison camp until the end of the war, and they were trying to get the Russians who liberated the camp to let him go. And, it was 2 weeks, and they said, "We want to get home. We're free. The Germans are gone." And the last line of this particular chapter was, "And then they heard the roar of the B-17s coming to pick them up." They had B-17 just on a rotation picking up the picking up the Allied prisoners out of the prison camp. And I knew about that from other resources. It just, my eyes really started getting wispy. It's time for the guys.
When did I give you that number?
What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
Well, they're going to answer the questions that the wives have already answered. Okay. All right. We'll start with Chris. What is your favorite restaurant?
Well, I think I'll go with the old standby. We like to stop at these places on vacation and sometimes after church, and probably shouldn't say this, but Cracker Barrel.
Oh my, Cracker Barrel, I don't think that's a match. All right, what would you say is your favorite restaurant? Do you have one?
I guess the Outback, because we can get food so quick.
There's a match. She got you. She knows you.
Oh, my.
Oh, my.
My favorite restaurant, not her favorite restaurant.
Your favorite restaurant.
Think hard. Oh, my God. I think I'm stumped. If you'd asked me what hers was, it would be easy. That would be I'd have a better chance. All right, well, I'm going to say Coquette.
Coquettes, all right.
That's what she said.
And is that a match? No, because she first said Coquettes and then she changed it to all of the above. All right, George.
Are we talking about the current decade?
Yeah.
It's easier if you go back in time, but
What would I think you said?
And I'm not going to give any clues.
I can't use Google.
No, although we do have her. Just,
Okay. I know.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'll say Cracker Barrel.
Okay. No, not it.
That'd been good.
Yeah. Okay, let's start back down that way. Okay. Who usually gets their way?
Oh, that's easy. She gets her way.
Okay. I think that's a match.
Ain't no question about that.
All right. Graham, who gets their way?
Well, after 65 years, I think most of the men folk understand that yes is the best answer. So I try to cooperate.
Do you always cooperate?
Yes.
Okay. We got that recorded, and it'll be played for years.
So you're saying her.
You're saying that Dot. Okay, so she said you. That's just a nice couple.
She told me I wasn't going to like these questions. When we have a disagreement and we're in the middle of it, I usually say something like, well, here you go again. You ask me for my opinion, and then we just wind up doing what you want to do. So I say she does.
All right. All right, we'll start the third question. Huh?
George did not answer that question yet.
And the question was again?
Oh, the question was, who usually gets their way?
Barbara.
Okay, that was a match. All right. What would she say, Graham, is something that would make you cry? If there's anything.
Golly. You really give me a hard time. Make me cry?
Make you cry. Any situation, anything that you hear?
That's a hard question for a man.
Yeah, that's a tough one for guys.
I pass.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that's virtually what she said, that he doesn't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't say he whistles.
I got in a match.
What would you say, judges? Would that be a match?
Say again what she said.
She said she doesn't really know what makes him cry.
And he said.
He didn't know. So,
In South,
okay, the
Dave.
judges said that's a match.
they call me the whistler. I'm the happiest
Yeah.
one over there.
That's what she said. You whistle.
Yeah, love Springmore. It's a great day at Springmore.
Somebody said that
Is a match.
is a match.
Yeah.
I really have no idea, but I think it would be something about the grandchildren, a special memory or something that they said or an accomplishment. So something to do with the grandchildren.
That's a match. That's a match. All right, Jan and Lou, we'll give it to Lou, and then we'll work it that way.
Well, recently, our dog died.
Yeah. That's a match. And George?
That question, I was first thinking of it as sort of a light question, and now it's going deeper. And I think when our first real long live dog died was also for something for me to get emotional about. So now if you want the lighter answer, I've got that too.
All right. That is not a match. Yeah, but yeah, that's a tough one. I may change that up or not use it next year, or tell whoever does this next year and not to use it. Which song was it that you liked the best?
On yeah, Nancy Sinatra. No, that was the singer. She was singing it.
Sing it for us.
No. That's as close as I can get.
All right. Do we have a clear winner, Barbara?
30 for fourth couple.
All right, so we've got three couples that each have 40. So the tiebreaker, I gave everybody a tiebreaker card. What number did you write down?
I didn't fill it out. We lose.
No. We discussed this at home, and I read what you sent out, and
Yeah.
We came up with, on the first round, we would get 2 out of 3, which we did, and then I just thought I would get 1 on the second round. So that's 20. We thought we'd get 20, and we're under the
20, okay.
But no, it's 5, 5, and 10, right?
Yeah. Okay, so 20 is your answer. Graham?
24.
24, all right. 19 was Lou's. And
Are you talking about, no, not us.
and you weren't, it was just these three, so thank you. Our winner then is Graham and Dot Anderson. So we have Valentine's prizes. Guess what? It's Valentine candy. Nicely wrapped and packed by somebody else than me. And then for our runners-up, your choice.
Chris says this is my Valentine's present for tomorrow.
choice. That one? All right. Something to start with. Kisses. Kit Kat. And we sure do thank each one of you and all of you for your participation and just a great time and a great game. And somebody else is going to be up here next year. I guarantee it. Thank you so much. All right, we got door prizes.
David, as an expression of appreciation for your doing this for 2 years, you are going to win a prize. Let's give him a big hand. Your prize is next year you're going to be a contestant.
Now we have
Yeah,
door
right.
prizes
Tell
are
that to Pat.
provided by- Now we have door prizes that are provided by Vidya. So would you draw a winner?
Seven 77180.
Right here. And so,
777180.
yes.
That's it.
And one more.
I'll turn on the microphone instead of trying to lean over. Okay. This one is 525-9942. 525-9942 on a blue ticket, green ticket, blue-green.
Somebody had it anyway. Going once, going twice, going 3 times, draw another ticket.
Call out the first number again.
It's a green-blue ticket, 525-9942. The other choice is 525-9946. Anybody have this color right there? Okay. Next to Peg.
This- Thank you to all of the participants, and thanks to all of you for coming. And we hope to see you around campus and then here again next month. We adjourned.